Hey everyone, I'm Iceland Hicks. I'm teaching some honors college accounting to your son or daughter, and I just want to say hey. I know that going to open house used to be a highlight for me as a parent of a high school student, just to see all the teachers and walk the hallways and kind of see the actual classrooms that my students were in. So that's why I wanted to make this video, so you can kind of get a vibe for who your student's teacher is, and to hear a little bit about the class that they're taking with me. Your son or daughter has me first hour, so yeah, I get to see them right away, first thing in the morning, and that's fantastic. As you can see, my name is Iceland Hicks. Feel free to email me. I'm checking my email very diligently. Things are changing all the time, and we're getting a lot of information through email. So please send me an email if you have any questions. The other thing that I've set up besides this video for open house is I'll be on Zoom during our prescribed time, and feel free to drop in and just say hey. Okay, I'll be sitting behind the computer and just hoping someone comes and visits me. So stop in during our Zoom time. Okay. Well, hey, let me get rocking here and tell you a little bit about Honors College Accounting. Pretty stoked to teach this class. I got my undergrad in finance, and then I got my MBA from there. And so I've got a pretty decent background in business and accounting courses. And the reason that your students are taking this class can vary. All right. Most of your students are probably going to become college business majors someday. Some may be interested directly in the field of accounting or finance. Fantastic. But that's not the purpose of this class. The purpose of this class is to get your students ready for college, no matter what they decide to pursue. If they do want to become a business major, some things that I've got up on the screen here right now, let me move myself around here. There we go. Is if your student is interested in the CPA, it's going to take 150 credit hours of college. You're going to want to start and get going with your accounting courses right away. So if you've taken it in high school already and you know that that's your thing, you're gonna have a lot of confidence going into college. For undergrad degrees, no matter what major you decide on, in the business world, accounting, finance, marketing, management, all sorts of business degrees that you can get, you're going to have to take a couple accounting courses. And that's what Accounting 1 and Accounting 2 at Naperville Central equate to. Okay. So by taking this class and the class before it, which was Accounting 1, your student is going to be jump started into their business degree in college, which is fantastic. Okay. Just going to quickly go through a couple of my goals that I have for you guys, or for your students, actually. The first one, like I just said, is to prep your student to become a college business major if that's what they decide to do. This is a weighted class, which is wonderful. It means that your student is getting credit for you're getting extra weighted credit for taking the course. So whatever grade they earn, they're going to get basically the grade above it. So they're going to get enough, they're going to get more points towards their GPA. If they get a B, it's like getting an A. If they get a C, it's like getting a B. If it's getting an A, it's an awesome A. Okay. So it's wonderful. It's not much harder of a class than Accounting 1, but it does deserve the weighted credit. And I'm super happy that they can get it. Another goal that I have is that they become efficient in Excel. All right. And I used to say just Excel. We're 100% in Excel, because I used to teach this class just in the classroom, and we had fantastic computers with Microsoft in it, and big screens. Okay. So if and when we get back to the classroom, your students will be able to experience using those. In the meantime, I'm going to push all their work out to them in Excel or Google. They can choose. All right. So they can use Google Sheets, or they can use Microsoft Excel. If they are working off their Chromebook, they're going to have to use Google Sheets, and that's fine. That's fine. Okay. They're still going to learn how to use spreadsheet software. After a year or 2 years, if they've took Accounting 1 and this course, they're going to go to college with some amazing abilities. they're going to be able to use formulas. They're going to be able to link cells. There's going to be all sorts of things that they're going to be able to do in Excel and in Sheets that their classmates in college won't be able to do or will have to learn to do. So that'll be a huge head start for your student. Another goal that I have, and this is kind of unique to our courses here at Naperville Central, is to improve business writing skills and the knowledge of companies. All right. I like to relate pretty much all my teaching to the real world. Okay. I like to teach a concept and then show how a company is using that concept. Teach a concept and then maybe watch a short video on a company. Okay. So we do a lot of looking at companies that are out in the world, mainly publicly traded companies. But we also do some actual case studies of companies so that your student is aware of some of the different types of operating procedures and accounting systems that different companies use. And also so that they start thinking about what kind of company do they want to work for someday. All right. Some of these companies that we look at, they might apply to someday, and some of them might be their clients someday. So I think it's pretty interesting and neat. Most of the companies that I choose are publicly traded companies so that we can look up their financials on the internet. And then some of them are in the top 100 companies to work for. So they've got a lot of cool perks and things of that sort. So you can see that we do case studies on Google. We do on Whole Foods. The first one that we're going to do in a couple of weeks is on Coca-Cola. So if you hear your student talking about, hey, we watched a video on Coca-Cola today. Yeah, we're doing a case study. Okay. And then we write those case studies up. So the students learn to do some business report writing for me, which is a little different than their English class. So kind of fun. All right. If you want any more information about the course itself, I've got everything pretty much on my syllabus, and that's all located in Canvas. So if you want to jump into the syllabus and check that out. But I do use 2 textbooks. Let me move over here again. This red one here, your students have access to it online. And you might notice that when I sent out textbooks, I sent one of these out to each of your students. It's meant to be a classroom set of books, but what's the point of them sitting around in the classroom? So I sent them out to your kids so that they can use a textbook if they want to, sit down and read an actual book. Okay. So, or use the book for examples. This other textbook that I use is a college book, and it's fantastic as well. I did not push that one out to you guys. Maybe second semester, if we're still remote, I will. But for now, we're good. Okay. I just will pull some information in from it. Okay. So as you can see, from my syllabus, when you jump in there, we go through a number of just different managerial units. And then I do add in a finance unit, because that's my background. And usually students are curious. They're like, what's the difference between accounting and finance? So I do a finance unit second semester. Okay. As far as tests and quiz preps, study guides, homeworks, we're going to be doing most of this, at least starting most things together in our synchronous time. And then when it goes to asynchronous time, in other words, when I hang up or they hang up on me during the class period, then they'll have time to work on their homework. They shouldn't need to work on too much outside of class time. Okay. All right. Well, hey, there's so much more I could talk about, but I guess some tips for success. One tip I have for you is, or that I have for your students is, they'll notice that I'm going to stay as positive as I possibly can. Okay. One of my favorite quotes that I saw recently is, the only thing more contagious than a virus is hope. Okay. And we're going to stay hopeful. We're going to stay positive in this class. This class lends itself very well to online learning. Okay. In college, a lot of times this is an online class. So we can make this work. All right. I would much rather be with your students face to face in a classroom. I think that's what makes me thrive as a teacher. But we're going to make this work for now. Okay. Some things that I recommend. Number one, prepare to learn. Okay. I will tell your students that they need to remember this is class. They need to get ready for class. I don't want to see them walking up to the Zoom with their toothbrush in their mouth still, trying to wake up and get going. Okay, let's go. All right, we only have 50 minutes together. It's you got to take some time to get ready for class. Get your workspace ready. Okay, some classes you might be able to Zoom from your from outside, or you might be able to Zoom from the park or something like that. Great. That's fantastic. In this class, though, we're going to be doing some work. You're going to be able to have good lighting so you can see your computer screen. Sometimes out in the sunlight, that's not the best. So I want to see the lights on in their rooms so I can see them. All right. They've got to have their Chromebook up and charged and ready to go. It's not a requirement to have a second device, but it does help sometimes if you can Zoom from one of your devices and then use either your Chromebook or a second device to take notes or to follow along. I'm going to be doing Screencastify's where they're going to be using Excel, or I'm going to be using Excel, and they can be working along with me if they have that second device. If they don't, we can make it work. Okay. It's not a necessity, but it's something that maybe you want to have a tablet to Zoom from, and then you can work on your device. And then another thing that I do recommend is a wireless mouse. Might sound a little silly, like telling a kid they got to bring a pencil to class, but a wireless mouse will really help them jump into different cells in Excel or in Google Sheets a lot easier. Okay, so just a few things that I'd recommend. Again, email me if you have any questions. Keep hopeful, Naperville Central. Keep positive. It's a great day to be a Red Hawk, and I'm sure happy that your student is in class with me. All right, have a good one. Bye.